each loves his Isha, and for her not to acknowledge his role and his position, and we did get to the point where the Mashiyach is now, well, if it be your will to take this cup away from me, is because the Mashiyach walking amongst his bride, and they not understanding the day of their redemption. And if we had to put this in layman's terms and turn off the cameras and everything like that, we're talking about you no good mother, blah, 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 beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Because we are a rough people. I tell Yahusha all the time, the way that the Father speaks with me might be different than the way that he speaks with you.
That's right.
Because the Father like, you no good nothing, you asshole. Didn't I tell you to do X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
Because all of that, well, it's okay. It's all right. No, it's the Father is pissed at Israel. And I don't think that people really understand that. Whenever it gets to the point where you and I have to make a decision, okay, to eat our children,
Wow.
that's anger.
That's anger.
Yeah. Whenever the Father now, if we had to, listen, when the Father now is having that adversary now, just like Zacchaeus and I had talked about, where he's not even taking pity on the women.
Yep.
The same amount of anger that he has with the men, he has with the women.
Yep.
When we see now the adversary putting food on a woman's pregnant belly, okay, and having the dogs now eat the food just eat up all of it,
Yep.
the whole 9 yards. That's anger. That should be enough for us today to say, listen, you know what? The Father's not playing. Bobbing for apples, okay? Having us out in the lake, all right? And shooting the apples off of your head.
Wow.
Feeding crocodiles, our newborn babies.
Right.
All these things here that's happening. And you can't totally submit to Torah. I'm like, wow, that's really something. And the Mashiyach, again, he said, well, listen, you know what, Father, put yourself there. Father, if it be your will, but I'm down here with these Negroes here.
Yep.
These stepping, fetching, blah, blah, blah. Just like what Zabu was sharing with me, we was talking about what's going on in the internet. We had the Mashiach's elite, the 12, all right? And making sure that we understand what's going on with inside of a person. Zabu brought it out nicely. He was like, listen, what about Judas? This guy, man, betrayed the Mashiyach with a kiss.
Wow.
You know what? You see, we walked all this time. Even David said, you know what? It wasn't an enemy that betrayed me, but it was a man that I broke bread with. He came to my house. We sat down and break bread together. This man looked me dead in my eyes. Dead in my eyes. Or that sister looked me dead in my eyes. And guess what happened? Betrayed him. Even Peter was like, I told you no good mother, blah, 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 blah. I don't know this man. Yeah, that was you. Now you was hanging out with the Mashiyach. Hell to the no.
That's it. We missed it right there. Two more. Even with that, it's a reason why Yahuah introduced Mashiyach as the Lamb.
Yeah.
And if you go back to Leviticus and get an understanding of why that lamb and the sacrifice was so important, when the priests, when they got a lamb, they didn't just get lamb, there is certain things like purchasing price. You purchase a lamb.
Yeah.
Judas didn't just give up Mashiyach for free.
No, you got paid.
So when we look at that, let's go back and look at the whole ritualistic rites of what they had to do. And you'll understand why he was so, why? Because 53 say he was led to what?
Slaughter.
The slaughter. like a lamb, he was led to the slaughter. Okay then, all that's important. Let's follow that whole thing out and see what's the duty of the priest, and what's his responsibility, how they obtained this lamb, what had to happen with the lamb once they obtained him, until he gets to that point where he's slaughtered and sacrificed. And you know it can be done where? In a set apart place. Did they sacrifice Mashiyach? Was he stricken something inside the city? Or was he on the outside?
He was on the outside.
He was on the outside. Why was he on the outside? All of that's very important to know.
So, I mean, we have the book of the law and the book of the covenant. Each item was placed in different. It's
Y'all know them altars were inside the set apart place. That stuff was outside. So if it's the same thing, then he had to be outside. Y'all know Jerusalem was set apart. Oh, I'm going in.
No, Coach.
Oh, y'all finna give you a book. Y'all finna get you.
She's like, I'm just waiting patiently.
Go ahead, help yourself.
I just wanted to say that when you going back to when you say if a man doesn't have a beard or if you're not wearing fringes or you're not dressed a certain way, how we attack people. I can't remember who it was, but they asked Mashiyach, what's the greatest commandment? And it was like love. Love yourself. Love the Father first and foremost. And love. And I think that's what we forget. When we say, I follow Torah, what does that mean, that you follow Torah? Because I need to know. Torah is love. Torah teaches you discipline. Torah teaches you how to be clean. And people don't even know that Torah teaches you how to be clean so that you don't spread disease. Torah teaches you so many things. So when you say you follow Torah, what is it that you're following in Torah? And I find it interesting that a lot of times the things that our parents taught us, we seem to put that aside when we come into this truth. And my parents always told me, my sister, and even my brother when he came, that if you can't love each other, how you go outside the house and then talk about you love so and so and so and so, when you can't even start here in the house. And so people don't get it. We would get, if I was abusive to my sister or she was abusive to me, when I'm talking about fighting each other, it was, okay, since you don't know how to act with one another, now you can't go outside. You don't move. You're in a no movement position until you understand how to treat each other. Because when you treat each other well, you're actually following Torah. You're actually showing that you love the Father. So when we say we follow Torah, people need to unpack that and investigate what that means.
Exactly.
That's good.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Well, that's it. Somebody,
Any questions dealing with the lesson? We got to throw that in there, right?
dealing with the lesson.
Dealing with the lesson. Okay.
No, this is good. I'm excited just to see what's about to come.
Yeah.
You know, that Isaiah 53, the next lesson. This one here got me on the edge of my seats.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting lesson that Maury is gonna do. I find it interesting that people, you know, they can't see Mashiyach in the Old Testament. When, just like how the scripture says, there's no new thing under the sun.
Right.
Shaul, John, Yahuah, and these brothers, we're doing what they've been doing. We're talking about centuries ago. I mean, they've been teaching Mashiyach from the Old Testament because there was no New Testament. There was no New Testament, so they were actually showing Mashiyach in the Old Testament.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Right.
I mean, we're doing the same thing, but people can't see that.
Absolutely.
You know, I find it interesting that, people can't make that connection that, they've been doing this you know, for centuries, you know.
Yeah, man.
And you know, we doing the same thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm quite sure we won't see Hezekiah in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure we won't see that. So yeah.
That's it. Me more. You got anything else?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed today's lesson. As always.
Now we can get back on track.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful.
I think it's good that you're bringing out a lot of this New Testament, because I think when you listen to a lot of the Israelites on TV, they sound angry. I mean, they're doing some stuff that is, I'm not going to say it's wrong, because I think it's right what they're doing. Sometimes they're doing it the wrong way. So I think being able to show what the Messiah's role is, because I don't hear a lot of people teaching about that. You know, what you're about to teach. I mean, I don't hear it. You know, they're teaching about the Father, but they're not teaching about the Son. They're definitely not teaching about the set of our spirit. So all that's the stuff that needs to be brought out.
Hallelujah. So at this time, we are going to stand. We'll have the Lord of the Shafar. As all the can, the bar. Y'all Aki, Zabu, Yahuah, to pray us on out of here.
All right.
Continue to walk us with this rest of the week, that your spirit would just